and I don't use protection. It's my hot body. I'll do what I want. I don't go to school and I kill people. Whatever. I'll do what I want.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hope everyone is doing well.
Hey-o.
We have the Great Kaiser Pineapple to help debunk or bunk or provide that the moon landing is fake or real.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Sure. Yeah, so we'll hop right into it. We'll say hi to everybody. I am not streaming on Rumble today because Rumble is broken. It will not allow me to live stream when I set up a new... Of course it will now. You bastard.
You want to go ahead and do that while I say hi to the guests?
I don't know if I can... Can I edit the RTMP outside of... Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
Okay.
One thing real quick. XCOMer, check your Discord, buddy.
All right. Good evening, everybody. This is Kaiser and Meaty. We are going to go ahead and have a nice little show for you tonight. I was briefed on this absolutely whenever you guys got notified of it. Anyway... Castiel, what's going on? Let's say, and we got Dazzer in the house. Wow, could you cut it any finer than 12-minute announcement? I think we're going for a record at some point or another.
Yep.
Stevie, thank you for posting that in the chat. And XCOMer, whatever that comes out to being. How you doing? Belandris, how you doing, you big giant fuck?
Big giant fuck.
Yep. So late and so rainbow. Yep, we get it. And Tweety is joining us. What's going on, Tweety? And Alex J. Let's see, as we're going down. Oh, there we go. Barbara, how you doing? Good to see you as always. And you too, Leanie. Great to have you all here. All right, getting to the bottom of the list here. Looks like that's everybody as of right now. Thank you all so much for joining us. Yeah, it's this is going to be an interesting one because I'm going in completely cold on this. I have my own opinions, but honestly, this is a weird topic where I don't have anything to support or not my theories. Usually I've got some kind of source or some kind of, information to back up any claims I may or may not make. But in this case, I got nothing.
You could just be along for the ride, baby. It'll be okay.
Yeah, it's one of those. I have opinions, but I have nothing to back them up with. So, I feel like I'm your typical leftist trying to debunk theories.
Yeah, just make shit up until you get there, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. That's all I do most of the time, anyways. Think I actually researched anything?
Never. You're right. I shouldn't put that bar so high.
Shut up.
I need to lower my expectations. Oh my goodness. And let's see. Hey, Mystic is in the house. How you doing, Mystic? Just saw you pop in on the YouTube chat. Still not popping through. There we go. Bang. Hey, Mystic.
Bang.
Oh, my goodness. Looks like there's definitely more of a lag than usual between StreamYard and YouTube, so just make a note of that.
Oh, fantastic. That's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
I mean, I know there's a little bit of a lag, but I mean, usually it's like 5 seconds or so, and I mean, I literally just like counted to like 15 in my head as before it went there. I'm like, oh, great.
All right. So, we have a couple videos for you all.
Wee.
I have an interesting perspective. As we all know, I am very, very into the space and space-like things.
Yeah.
I, however, don't believe it's true. I'll just say that right off the top. I don't think that we have the technology, and I think NASA's hiding some things. Definitely.
Gee, it's a government organization. What was your first clue?
My first clue was the fact that they work for the government.
I was going to say, that was my entire thesis statement right there.
All right, show's over. We got it. Government.
All right,
NASA.
thanks for coming, guys. Yeah, definitely hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and we're done. That's a wrap.
Have a good night. See you guys later.
All right, play us out.
All right, let me hit that end stream button, and never mind.
Should have just gone ahead and rolled with the the hottie of the day intro, and then just like suddenly shut it off. Make people think for like 5 seconds that we're serious.
That would be the best show ever. Best show
Well,
ever.
we're in and out and done in under 10 minutes. All right, best stream ever.
Well, if they didn't go there, how do they know the moon is hollow? The moon isn't hollow.
It's not hollow.
It's cheese, supposedly. Barb, what's up? All right, so is it real? Is it fake? I was trying to see if Rumble was going to pick up, but it looks like it's not going to.
Yeah,
Ever.
it's just kind of spinning its wheels there, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, I still just have the intro video.
Yeah,
Dazzer, I know, buddy.
Yeah.
So Rumble is going to be down.
Oh, well,
No
I
idea
guess that
why.
means we'll have to, just behave ourselves, mind our manners, and stay on YouTube.
No.
I'm joking.
Rumble will be there when we get yeeted.
Yep.
Nothing we say constitutes advice of any kind. We are for jokes and entertainment only. This is just a educational trip through a conspiracy that is well out there in the ether. And if you believe anything that Kaiser... So, now we're good.
Yeah, I was going to say, please, for the love of God, don't take anything that, us two idiots say is gospel, please.
Yeah. Because then you're asking for it. I won't finish that statement because we're not far enough in. Anyways.
Hey, Stingy,
All right.
how you doing?
What's up, Stingy? And as always, if anybody has any information they want to send us, you are absolutely welcome to do so. So we'll start off here. This is Apollo 17 in 1972. This is the liftoff from the lunar surface. Yeah, I already have questions.
Push. Engine arm is out. Okay, I'm going to get the pro. 99, proceeded, 3, 2, 1, ignition. Right away, Houston. Regs are good. Ag saw it. Pitch over. Roger, you have good thrust. Okay, 30 seconds. 308 your number. Okay, coming through 1,500 feet, and H-dot looks good.
So obviously you're getting the radiation, so that's concerning. That's what's making that camera clicky. So part of the reason I wanted to do this with you, who's filming? I am.
I think he meant who's filming from the lunar surface, and I mean, I always just assumed that it was some kind of remote camera that they set up.
Yeah, there's some other videos we'll get to. Movies are not reality. Hate to say it.
Seriously, Moonfall was a terrible movie as well.
I didn't watch it.
Good.
So part of the reason why I wanted to have you on is because you have an interesting and unique perspective with the necessary tools to make these things happen, potentially.
Oh, so like, you know, my film background.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have seen this footage before, and I mean, again, I would always kind of assume that this shot was done by some kind of remote camera. I mean, at the time in the Cold War, we were trying to desperately one-up the Soviets as much as possible. So the issue is that there is just as much evidence for the possibility that we did go as much as we didn't go. And you know, I'm unconvinced either way as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I actually do think we went. To what end and what, you know, degree, I don't know, because I mean, just kind of my honest opinion there, the whole thing about Kubrick filming all of this on a soundstage. If you know anything about Kubrick, Kubrick, the guy is an auteur and was so meticulous about his takes that he would not film the way that things were filmed on the moon. He would not allow it to happen. He was just too much of a perfectionist, and his ego would not let him say no to another reshoot. Seriously, look at some of the history with Kubrick. I mean, the man literally would do like over 100 takes of one scene just to get it right.
Wow.
Yeah, the man was obsessive.
Huh.
Now, could you pull all of this off with special effects technology that existed in, 1972? Yeah, you could do it. Again, we don't really know. I mean, because this is very, very small, film. I mean, the amount of actual resolution that we would have gotten from this camera at any point in time was going to be really bad, no matter what, given the time period.
144p, maybe.
Probably worse than that. I mean, at the time, let's be real. I mean, at the time, there was such a thing as a digital camera, but I mean, the honest to goodness truth about that is that, I mean, they used one on the Venera probes with the Soviets, and just like to send back images of the Venusian surface, and they're so hyper compressed, but I mean, they're low resolution by any standard we have today.
Yeah.
Trying to do this from our perspective at the time, I mean, could we have done it in the real world? Yeah, I think we could have, but I mean, that's probably why this film footage looks so bad the way it is. It also was meant to be shown on a cathode ray tube monitor or TV.
Right.
So there's a lot of things there's a lot of things they could have been hiding. So there's pros and cons to both arguments. I mean, and honestly, I don't have a definitive yes or no on that one. I think we did, because if we didn't, then at some point, somebody's going to land up there, and they're going to uncover it, and it's going to be a major PR debacle.
Yeah. Well, see, and they're already trying to prepare you for NASA's at least. Do you think that no one's been there? So I think that people have been. I think that people have been there, meaning rovers and stuff like that. But no, I don't think actual human beings have ever stepped foot on the moon. Why would you fake it though to beat the Soviets? Because the Soviets were getting incredibly close in their own right, and since they were first in space, and the Soviets were. So that's another part of the geopolitical picture, is that the United States was so far behind in the geopolitical Cold War, in the space race, that it didn't make any sense. Like, if you look at, let me look up a timeline.
While you're looking up the timeline there, so I would say that the thing to understand about the Cold War was that it was an ideological conflict, not an actual physical conflict, for the most part, really. You literally had the communists on the one side in Russia and whatnot against the United States, which was trying to, be the bastion of, trying to show like freedom and free enterprise and capitalism, all that kind of fun stuff. Whatever you may think about that, I mean, that was what we were trying to do to really burst the communist bubble, so to speak.
Right.
And so they managed to put the first satellite in space in 1957 with Sputnik. And then they managed to get the first man in space with Yuri Gagarin, supposedly. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But honestly, we were at that point like, crap, we have got to get a win here. So, I mean, again, is it possible that we decided, yeah, let's fake a moon landing and then, perfect the technology as we go, so we can actually put somebody there for real? It's possible. Do I think that was? Do I think that they actually did that? No, I think at some point or another, given Kennedy's involvement, at least up until his assassination in '63, was like, look, we got to get this shit done, otherwise we're going to look like the laughingstock of the world. We're going to have to be able to send people up there. We're going to have to actually do something, and we're going to have to bring something back to prove that we did it. I'm not entirely unconvinced that they may not have sent, moon rocks or whatever to the Soviets just to say, yeah, we did it. Screw you guys. I mean, I'd be willing to dig into that one because I'm curious, but I think that we may have done that after Apollo 11, whether you believe it or not.
Yeah, I believe so too. So in 1955, the USSR responds to U.S. announcement. They intend to launch the first artificial satellite into space. USSR launches Sputnik 1, which is going to be... We're going to watch October Sky on Thursday for Discord movie night.
Ooh.
Mark your calendars, 8:30.
That's a good movie.
Good movie. Yeah, damn good movie.
Love that one.
And then again in November of 57, they launched Sputnik 2 carrying Lika, the dog. 1958, so a year and a half later, or a year later, Explorer 1, NASA's created in 58. 1958, they launched SCORE, communication satellite. USSR, or US, you know what I mean. Russia launched Luna 1, known as the first cosmic rocket. Accidentally escaped the orbit of the moon due to having too much speed. 59. And then we're low Earth orbit for quite some time. In 1959, the Russians reached the surface of the moon with their first explorer. 59.
Would it be easier just to say Soviets?
Yeah, probably. Damn it. 59, Russia launched Luna 3 and photographed the far side of the moon. So we're seeing a lot of Soviet domination. 61, the U.S. launched Ham, a chimpanzee. Vostok 1, Yuri Gagarin, and I know you have a rebuttal to that one, but we're just going official timeline today. We're not jumping in on your first one.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Yuri Gagarin and Vostok 1 and all that tomorrow night on Edge of Reality on my show, 8:30 p.m. tomorrow evening. And Mighty is cordially invited as my co-host.
I know that, Stingy. I know that. I may have been a little late with the shit tonight too, Jason. Apologize.
I love the reference though. It's a classic 90s reference.
First controlled pilot, Alan Shepard aboard Mercury Redstone. 63, first woman in space. So they're kicking our ass. Leonov on the Vostok 2. First spacewalk. 65, Mariner 1. So we went to Mars. And you had both Russian or Soviet scientists and American scientists that were coming from the fall of Germany and the Nazis that were filtering into the space programs like Warner von Braun and others.
Operation Paperclip.
Yeah. And then out of nowhere, after we've not done shit, and we blew up Apollo 1 on the launch pad.
Killing a hometown hero of mine.
Oh.
Gus Grissom.
Which one? Gus? Okay.
Yeah, he was an Indiana native. I've actually been to the Gus Grissom Museum in Bedford, Indiana. I've got some family that lives down around that area, and if you ever get the chance, it's a small museum, but yeah, the Gus Grissom Museum is a really cool little place, and yeah, get to tour the hometown of one of America's first astronauts.
That's awesome. Yeah, I might. For the 50th, we were invited to Wapakoneta, Neil Armstrong's hometown, Wapakoneta, Ohio, to the Air and Space Museum down there. So that was a lot of fun.
Very cool. Awesome.
I agree with that too. I think they're trying to screw us because, yeah, my ass, you sent my video out to 70,000 people last week, or last 7 days or whatever, and
yeah,
none of them stayed.
I've been relying on any of my stream notifications, sending them out through Discord, Twitter, and then also, just advertising wherever else I can.
Yeah. Yep. Slovakia translates to chamomile in English. Huh, that's interesting. Ooh, shit, I just about clicked off the... That would have been bad. So, as you can see, we were really far behind, and then just out of the blue, we strap them to a missile and say, "Good luck, sir." So the timeline doesn't really make a lot of sense. And then if you look into this, this is our radiation belts, Van Allen radiation belts, and why we put a lot into low Earth orbit to escape that belt of radiation. But they would have had to fly through this for, a pretty good amount of time. The moon's over here. I don't know why they didn't put the moon like here so you could see reference of scale.
Yeah, that would seem to be a much smarter idea.
Well, it might be that they're not trying to advertise that. Yeah. I try to put it out as much as I can, so. It's always Russia's fault somehow, and Water Brain Mumbler says there's that while finding them in the Ukraine conflict. Yep. It's always Russia's fault. So, they would have experienced significant radiation, and the ships did not, the spaceships, capsules, they were not protected for the amount of radiation that the astronauts would experience going through the belts. Also, it's knowing what I know about satellites, it would have been incredibly odd for this incredible amount of radiation and magnetic charge that they were flying through to not fuck up those early computers that were not hardened in any way. That's something that's hard for me to get by when I'm talking about it. So, and that's just some of the science perspective that I had.
Just a question from a layman's perspective.
Yes, sir.
If they're flying through a large amount of radiation through the Van Allen belt, would they not, be issued like regular iodine tablets or something like that to maybe mitigate the radiation effects until they do get to the moon?
So yes, but it's such an intense radiation that I don't know that, because iodine it just doesn't allow it to penetrate your body. It doesn't stop the radiation. It doesn't allow it to penetrate. So yeah, could that be used for mitigation? Yeah, I'm sure. But is it likely that it, was effective? I don't think so. And I have a hard time believing that people like Buzz Aldrin live to, what did he die at, 90s? Mid-90s?
Yeah, 80, yeah, like early 90s, I think.
Yeah. To live that long is, damn, with no cancer or no anything. Now, with that being said, he's getting the greatest healthcare in the world for the rest of his life because they don't want that negative PR. But also, you would just think that there'd be some cancer in one of the astronauts.
I mean, it does beg the question, absolutely.
And then you get into, I don't know if you've ever heard about the sphere of influence.
I've heard of it, but I don't know the full information on it.
So the sphere of influence is the influence that our atmosphere, because our atmosphere doesn't, everybody thinks that our atmosphere just cuts off. So right here, it just randomly cuts off. And it doesn't. Our sphere of influence envelops our moon. So even if we have landed on the moon, humans have still not escaped the sphere of influence of planet Earth. So, even if. But, so this is Apollo 12 as well. I wanted to watch this. This is the... Yeah, YouTube is being very weird. But, again, Rumble's not much better because... I mean, they're not censoring, but shit, I can't even... Like, the video's still not up. That I know of. I mean, I can check one more time, but... No, it's still not up, so... I don't know. Why do you have the word muted added onto your second account name? Oh. Buzz is 93 and still alive. I wasn't sure, but I knew that it was at least mid-90s. Or I thought that it was at least mid-90s. Yep. There you go. Xcomer has the numbers. Sphere of Influence extend 1 point. Yeah, he 100% did. But shit, he's like my research resource, and I appreciate him for it. Our Sphere of Influence
I do all my own
extends...
research without ChatGPT. You know, like we used to do in the olden days.
Nah, boomer. Our Sphere of Influence extends about 1.5 million kilometers from the planet's center, which is about 4 times the distance between the Earth and the Moon. Thank you for that, sir. So, yeah, we've never escaped our Sphere of Influence. You believe that they actually landed on the Moon? Okay.
I do too.
Seems like a lot to try and fake it would be impossible anyways. Okay. Tweety. It's totally not the meatball from the original. It's a custom meatball.
Oh, thank you. I remember what I was trying to do earlier now.
No, she's got some personal things going on, so taking some time away. I still talk to her.
I was actually wondering where she was earlier, so actually now I know.
Oh yeah, she just took some time away. It happens.
Yep.
So Timcast got yeeted last night? No shit.
Huh. Hey, Glitter.
Absolutely, will do. Okay, so here's Apollo 12. And this will go through kind of the whole process. That's how we go to the moon, is a figure 8. Okay, so let's look at this picture real quick. And you have some of the things that the conspiracy people will say. Where's that crater? That crater with a touchdown from a rocket engine would be massive. Would be absolutely I mean, that would be one hell of a hole. And you have nothing, not even a dusting. I think it's also odd that it's set down like this. That would be very uncommon for it to sit on the ridge like that. Especially given the very low gravity. Yes, it did. And the slope. I mean, it's not like Earth where it would sit down. It would start sliding.
Even with those stakes that are on the bottoms of the feet?
Well, they're not really... They're pads. They're not really stakes.
Well, I know they're pads, but I've always seen them with, like, little stakes coming off the bottom of the pads.
Could be possibly. It did use thrusters to drop. It didn't free fall. Well, the moon is in a vacuum, but it doesn't change the fact that there's still displacement from. Okay, so we'll just watch this and we'll see, and I may be corrected. Yeah, the control will start to burn in the braking phase of descent. So it started burning. Braking phase for 9 minutes. Three minutes, the computer moves to and pitches the LEM. Computer rides the throttle.
Ten, 9, 8. We have all 8. 7, 6, 5. Row. I have it. Gotta start. 3, 4, 5. Descent engine command override on. Hey, throttle up to 26. Yep. Copy, throttle on. I can hardly hear you for some reason. Okay. Stand by for throttle up, Houston. Him looks good.
I don't know, Beer.
Throttle up. It really feels good. Roger, Pete. Copy. Throttle up. Gets is looking good, Pete. All righty. Medium looks good. Regulators look good here. Okay. Standing by for 1 minute hack. Okay.
Right.
Getting a little RCS activity, not too much.
Traction control system.
Arc, 1 minute. 5208 minus 20, 48,000. Release. Looks good. Intrepid Houston, now 6-9er plus 04200.
Now I'm 6'9" plus 420. Seriously.
Roger, copied. Plus 04200. That's affirmative. 2169. Intrepid Houston, go for enter. It's in, dude. Intrepid Houston, looking good at 2.
So eat, motherfucker. You gotta eat. You gotta eat more than that.
Roger.
That's unhealthy
Hey,
to have
hanging
that
in.
much food.
Jesus.
Go fucking eat.
Please, for the love of God,
Looks
get some
good here.
protein in your system.
Roger, Miss Finn agrees with things and eggs. Very good, very good. Feels good to be standing up in the G field again. Roger.
Meth is
Okay,
not
2
calories.
minutes and 30 seconds. 4276 minus 53 and 44,700. Looks good. Smoking right down there. Look at RCS. Looks good, Pete. Here, Mike. We've been given the ED bats today. Yeah, don't forget the ED bats today. There you go. 3 minutes. At 44 feet per second fast. About 6 feet per second low on H side and about 100 feet low on altitude. Looking good. Intrepid Houston, roger. You're looking good at 3. Okay, Houston. I have an altitude light out and a velocity light out. Roger.
Tweety, they should be pretty fast.
I'm showing
have to do the
minus
math, but-
918, minus 1,000. Looks good. How's it look to you, Houston? Roger. It looks good. Recommend you incorporate it.
The moon's about 400,000.
No sooner said than done.
Let me do the math in my head.
Let me know when it converges. I'm going back to my normal displays. Okay, Pete. Intrepid Houston, here. Go at 4 and go past 5. Roger, copy. ED Bath, go. Roger, here comes.
Stop talking. About 1.5 seconds. 1.2, 1.3.
Looking good.
In there.
Legs are holding right in there. Super crit hangs at 1100 or 12. All the time. Okay. Smoke over all the gauges. Check out everything. RCS looks good. Electrics look good. Partial pressure CO2 is its usual 0. Got a couple of good winners in these 2 spacecrafts. Okay, we're out of 35,000. Roger, Pete. A bit on that one. Yeah, I'm getting a fair amount of RCS.
I'm going to skip ahead because I want to see when it's landing.
Okay, passing 12,000 feet. According to our tape meter, Houston. Roger. Spring loaded to go grab that surveyor. You're out of 10,000 feet. Hook up your lanyard. Okay. And a buy for P64. Okay. I'm trying to cheat and look out there. I think I see my crater. Hey, baby. I'm not sure. Coming through 7. Look at P64, Pete. P64. That's it. There's LPD. Roger, copy P64. 1,000 update. Hey, there it is. There it is. Son of a gun, right down the middle of the road. Outstanding. 42 degrees, Pete. Hey, it's targeted right from the center of the crater. Look out there. I can't believe it. Amazing. Fantastic. 42 degrees, Dave. Just keep talking. Slide it in. 42. We're passing 3,500.
That's what I'm saying, buddy.
Coming down at about 99 feet a second. You're looking good. Got 15% fuel. I'll reset my watch. Traffic Houston, go for landing. Over 1. I
Yeah, I'll check it out.
to the
Thanks
right
for letting
level.
me know, buddy.
Roger, okay, Roger. 40 degrees, LPD, Pete. 40 That's degrees. So fantastic, I can't believe it. You're at 2,000 feet. How far? The boys on the ground do okay. 1,800 feet up, 39 degrees. You got 94 seconds.
So, production's welcome.
Okay, I want to move forward a little bit.
I did the math, and it should be like 1.28 seconds, so like 1.3 second delay.
Okay, 1,000 feet coming down at 30. You're looking good. Got 14% fuel. Looks good out there, babe. Looks good. 32 degrees. You're at 800 feet. 33 degrees. You're at 680 feet. 33 degrees.
See, because if they're at 44 feet per second,
okay.
then...
35 degrees. You're 530 feet. 530. 471. You're all right. 426. I got it. 400. You're in P66 feet. Okay. P66. Okay. Yeah, I got to get over 330 feet coming down at 4. Got 11%. Got loads of gas. 300 feet coming down at 5.
Yeah, see, so they're burning.
Hey, look at that crater right where it's supposed to be. Hey, you're beautiful. 10%. 257 feet coming down at 5. 240 coming down at 5. Hey, you're really maneuvering around. Yeah. Come on down, Pete. Okay. 10% fuel. 200 feet coming down
so
at 3.
they're still burning.
Come on down. Okay. 190 feet. Come on down. 180 feet. 9%. You're looking good. Gonna get some dust before long. 130 feet. 124 feet, Pete. 120 feet coming down at 6. You got 9%. 8%. You're looking okay. 96 feet coming down at 6. Slow down the descent rate. 80 feet coming down at 4. You're looking good. 70 feet. Looking real good. 63 feet. 60 feet coming down at 3.
See, you can
50
see
feet coming down.
you can see the
Watch for the
flame
dust.
in the picture.
46.
See how
Low
it's
level,
dispersing
42
all
feet,
that
coming
dust?
down at 3. Coming down at 2, okay. Start the clock. 42 feet coming down at 2. 40 coming down at 2. Looking good. Watch the dust.
Yeah, but also look how much it's
31,
not
32,
disturbing everything.
30 feet. Coming down at
Yeah.
2 feet. You got
I
plenty
mean-
of gas. Plenty of gas, dude. Hang in there. 30 seconds. 18 feet. Coming down at 2. He's got it made. Come on in there. 24 feet. Contact light. Roger. Copy contact. Drop.
And they're burning
Go.
up. Did you
Yeah,
see?
go. Okay.
Also,
Take storm off. Okay.
Okay,
I'll
stop right
cycle
there,
in.
look.
About
Look at the ground.
yeah, see that? It just looks weird to me. It doesn't look like it just landed.
Yep. I mean, if it's rock though, or some kind of, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but maybe, I mean, it probably blew a lot of the dust off, and they're landing on rock. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah, no.
devil's
and-
advocate here.
No, and that's why I wanted to have this discussion with somebody who had some knowledge or interest in it, because I mean, it doesn't make much sense coming from either perspective. I can't say with certainty that it's not real, but I also can't say that it's accurate, because it doesn't make much sense. You could hear the comms breaking up from the radiation, so I mean, footprint was in fine dust, not blown away. But yeah, that's also I don't know that the footprint would have. I don't know. Like, there's just a lot of weird things about it. It would be a fine dust. It would be a fine powder. And there's obviously no atmosphere or wind. So, who the hell knows if it was going to, stay up or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. There's a couple more that. Shit. And again, this is all on the heels of Artemis 2. They just named a crew that's going to go back to the moon. They did indeed, supposedly, plant a flag. Bobby's right. It would be a white flag now, because he's making a joke
Bleached
about the
out.
French surrendering. It would be bleached out from the radiation. There's also a misconception that we'd be able to see it from a telescope, and that's just not true. It's way too small on a body that's way too far away. We don't have the resolution. Yeah, I mean, that's incredibly disappointing. I'm also concerned with the gap of time. Why we didn't go back. It either wasn't worth it or we didn't go. So, Iron Sky. No, I don't know that I have.
Oh, I've seen Iron Sky. That's a okay. That is one of those where it's a bad movie, and they made it knowing it was going to be a bad movie, but it's just so batshit crazy that you kind of just have to see it and just go in completely blank. So, short version of everything is that it's kind of a parody movie and of like 50s sci-fi, but it's modern day, and there are the bad guys from World War II on the moon, and those guys have got a secret moon base, and they're sending UFOs to Earth.
Oh, okay.
It's utter ridiculousness.
I bet you could see it with a giant telescope. No, you can't. We can't see that kind of resolution with that kind of distance. So,
What
And-
the hell?
you didn't see that. I did. Absolutely. Always blame Clinton for everything.
What did you not see that you just said right now? That you just said you didn't see something?
Oh, You don't want to know.
Okay, because I literally, second you said that, like something flashed on my computer screen, like the bottom half of my screen, like started flashing, and like
Oh.
resolved really quick. I'm like, was
Oh,
that
I
an
threw up a
internet thing
chat.
or me?
No, I threw up a chat real
Okay.
quick.
Woo.
You don't want to know, buddy. Trust me.
Can drinking water before bed burn 46
Rumble.
pounds in 2 weeks? If you are struggling,
Can you at least hit that mute button for the love of God?
Okay, Zoe, favorite.
What is your favorite thing about space?
Going there. Going there.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen. So in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going.
Yeah, I don't know that that's terribly coherent, but a lot of people point to that. He's an older gentleman who obviously, isn't as sharp as he once was.
Look, the man's smart, but I mean he's also in his 90s, and I seriously, please, I urge you to find me one 90-year-old that is perfectly coherent 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and doesn't have any kind of memory lapses or issues, period. I'll wait.
Right. President, never mind. I got to see the station mock-ups. They've been turned into movie props. Yep. At Johnson, they have a bunch of them still. For training in Houston. No idea what the hell this is, but we'll watch it.
That is so fake.
It's funny though.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. But that could have, I mean, who knows? But yeah, that definitely is fake. Sorry, I'm just previewing the ad so I don't have to deal with that. Okay, so here's one about Walt Disney and his infatuation with the moon. Oh, you're not going to fucking narrate it? So he had an infatuation with the moon and built several sets and built several different things to, model the moon, lunar orbiting practice, all kinds of stuff.
You notice the track there that was for rides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But Disney's notorious for using one thing for this and then one thing for, a movie or a set, like Pirates or like any other shit, So I get what they're trying to portray. Isn't he frozen waiting for the juice to be gone? Yes. Yeah, it was Walt himself was infatuated with the moon. Right. Sorry, I had to send a quick message while that was playing. So there's obviously, he obviously had an infatuation with the moon. He also had ties with some of the people involved in it. And third, he had the means to be able to create the scenes to do it. So I can see why people are interested in it. Excuse me. I didn't get time to meet. All right. So, and then we have this gentleman put together some of the common conceptions or misconceptions. So this is obviously the Matrix, but he opens with the scene from the Matrix. And
Are you having audio issues or something? Because there's nothing coming through.
there's nothing with me or with the show. It's very low.
I didn't have any audio coming through with the clip.
You take the blue pill.
Oh, is it
There
working
it is.
out?
I hear it. Very,
Okay.
You wake up in your
very
bed,
barely.
whatever you want.
Yeah, I'll turn it up then.
You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
That was always my question.
Follow me.
Damn it. All right, we're not going to get into this clip. Because I forgot. So we were only doing an hour show today, and nobody reminded me. God damn it. Because we're heading over... I'm sorry. I've been going back and forth. Do you want to talk for a second, and I'll be right back over there?
Yeah,
I'm trying
sure.
to figure something out.
Yeah, so I know there's a lot of speculation on this, and again, I don't think any one of us purports to be any kind of expert on the moon landing. I'm willing to play devil's advocate and just kind of look at what we know, what we don't know. Kind of from my own perspective, I mean, I did some work with production and special effects and whatnot, so I think that's kind of where I'm coming at it from, whereas Mighty's definitely more of the engineering mindset and the practical scientific mind. So I think that's kind of, we have a good balance out there. I mean, again, nobody here is purporting to know exactly what's going on, but I definitely think that, yeah, it's a fascinating topic, and I think that it's going to be very interesting to kind of figure out over the next couple of years, especially as, we get closer to actually going there for a change. Because if you're going to go back to the moon, I think that, honestly, they would want to go to a place where we've at least close enough to within eye shot to get a picture of somewhere that we've been before. Just kind of shut up the haters. I mean, let's just be honest. Yep, Xcomer, weird Disney made so much moon stuff. Well, Disney was kind of a weird bird to begin with, and let's be honest, the man was in the 1960s when all this is going on. And another thing was going on in the 60s, and that was primarily a lot of the construction and whatnot at Disney. They were doing a lot of work with new rides, the Imagineers, which actually was a term back then. They were kind of the technological and special effects dream team of their era. They were the ILM before ILM. And, I mean, they came up with new ideas for rides, and they were always doing stuff to kind of push the boundaries, sometimes just to prove that they could. So, do I think that it's weird that he has so much moon stuff? No. I mean, especially if the guy's got an interest in it. I mean, if I had if I had Disney money, I'd probably be investing in a lot of interesting and weird just kind of stuff just to try and push that scientific envelope, or just kind of ask the questions that aren't being answered. So yeah, Tweety, Disney was weird in many ways. Disney was a visionary. I agree on both of those counts. Let's see. Well, I think it's why Elon should buy Disney. Say Elon is a visionary too, and not as woke. Okay. I think the man's ideas and where he's like his whatnot, like his science is solid. He wants to forward the human race, help try and get us to a point where we can sustain off-world. Because if we don't get off-world, then we're never going to survive, and we're just one comet or asteroid or rogue impactor away from resetting society. So let's be honest, the man's got his faults, but I mean, let's just acknowledge the good that he has done. Check out the movie called Disneyland Mars and Beyond. That could help us a lot there. Not too bad for a high school dropout, Disney. Yep. Yep, Disney didn't create everything. He just has a vision. Yep. Yep, faults, but oh well. Let's see here. Aren't we all just asteroid roadkill? Basically, in a kind of a weird way, I would imagine so. There's a lot to unpack in that. But I mean, let's just face it. The Earth has been impacted a lot over the lifespan of the planet, and if you've read anything on Randall Carlson and whatnot, he's kind of been doing work on proving the Younger Dryas, like the end of the ice age, was caused by a impact in the northern ice sheets that was significant enough to actually instantaneously melt the ice sheets and cause global flooding. We've only just as recently as like the 1980s discovered the Chicxulub crater in the Yucatan Peninsula in the Gulf of Mexico that killed the dinosaurs. So I'm old enough to remember when they still had not actually said, yeah, a asteroid killed the dinosaurs. They didn't know what killed them. And suddenly, at some point in my childhood, they just come out and say, yeah, actually we actually know now. So we're finding out new things every day, so just got to keep an open mind, be willing to change with the times. Okay. They only want to get to the moon because of a new crystal they have found that could mean clean energy. Okay, I want to see some sources on that, Daredazzer. Say if you got some. Let's be honest. I'm interested to hear that out. Kind of sounds like woo-woo, but, everything sounds like woo-woo until you really research it. Earth will be just fine, but humans, not so sure. Yep, I agree with that. Let's say Tunguska is a perfect example of that. Because when you think about it, a huge asteroid killed off dinos, that's something. Yep. I think we've had a number more impacts. I mean, as it is right now, they're theorizing that Tunguska, which happened in 1908, is not a once every couple thousand year impactor. That was more of a once every 100 years or so impactor. I mean, it's more common than we want to admit. And I mean, we had our close call in 2013 with the Chelyabinsk meteor, and that one also, like Tunguska, was an airburst. Could be a lot to unpack there. Let's see. Göbekli Tepe. Yeah, we're gonna cover that on Edge of Reality one of these days. Let's see. We will only know things when they want us to know. I mean, yeah, I would imagine that, but sometimes there are things that they can't keep wrapped up. They can't stick the lightning in the bottle once it's free. Just saying. Not all the dinosaurs. Look at some people in office. Oh, yeah. They nuked the moon supposedly to see how loud it'd ring. Okay, I'd need to see a source on that. I have not heard that one. We're a few hundred years overdue for a massive impact based on historical cycles. Yes, absolutely correct. And going on down the list here. Yep, Carolina Bays. There are going to be a few close calls. Probably there's a lot of crap in space. Lots of boulders and whatnot. Yeah. There was a big impact in Greenland 12,000 years ago. Yep. That was the Younger Dryas that I mentioned. I'm waiting for the Cascadia earthquake. Yeah, that's kind of one of those. We don't know if it's going to happen or not. Yeah, but given what we know, I mean, it would do great things for the LA real estate market. Let's just be honest.
Okay, so here's what's going on. It's Sleazy's birthday, and
Yeah.
I didn't know I was supposed to be over there, but they told me, come over at 9:30, and I'm like, okay, I'll do an hour stream. So we're going over for Sleazy's birthday right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to wrap up this stream and then going over for Sleazy's birthday. So I just posted a link, you guys. This is because I don't pay attention, and we all know this, so who the fuck's kidding? So, yes, it is Happy Jew Day. So let's go over wish Sleazy happy birthday. We'll hang out there for a little bit. I posted a link. I cannot redirect. So, but we touched on the moon. We'll come back with more ammunition and do this topic justice. I thought we could do it quickly, but I know better. So we'll take more time and do this again. So yeah, thank you everybody, and I'll meet you over there in a minute. Thank you, Kaiser.
Bye,
you want to griff for a minute?
Yeah. So, folks, FYI, tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. It's another episode of Edge of Reality, and me and Mighty are going to be covering the Lost Cosmonauts, a very interesting case. Was Yuri Gagarin truly the first man in space, or was that just what the Soviets told us? Some the Sicilian brothers might have some very fascinating ideas to put forward on that idea. So, again, feel free to come on over and definitely share that out if you can. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, definitely do. I think everybody here is. But yeah, go on over, like the stream, and I will see you tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, for Edge of Reality, Episode 4.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you over there. Link is in the description, or in the... I'll paste it one more time. Thank you very much, sir, for joining me for this topic, and we'll do it more detailed later for sure. So
Woo! Yay. Yeah, I'll go
All right.
over and drop in the chat and say hi.
Okay, sounds good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you over there. Have a good night.
All right. Bye.